Australians, oh, let us rejoice, for we are one and free, with golden soil and wealth for toil. Our home is girt by sea. Our land abounds in nature's gifts of beauty, rich and rare. In history's page, let every stage advance Australia fair. In joyful strains, then let us sing, advance Australia fair.
Please be seated. Distinguished guests, I would like to invite Uncle Chris Tobin, representative of the Darug people, to offer the traditional acknowledgement of country.
Thank you. Puji Molinawul, everyone. Good morning. Nalawa, welcome. I belong to one of the local Aboriginal families of the Darug people, the traditional custodians over this part of the country. I wish to firstly pay my respects to the country and its people by acknowledging that we meet today here in Aboriginal country of Wallamata. Wallamata is the home of the snapperfish and the ancestral homelands of the Wallamedical clan. I'd like to thank the university for their invitation to be with you today for this great occasion and to join with you for the acknowledgement. The acknowledgement is one of those ceremonies I'm quite proud of that we do in Australia, and it's much appreciated by our people. Thank you. My family, in fact, descend from Yarramundi, a respected elder and cleverman of the neighbouring Burrabongal clan during the early years of colonisation. He saw that our new survival in this new world could be best secured if we could learn more about it. And so he enrolled his daughter, Bullangai, or Maria as she is known, into the Native Institute, a school set up in 1815 by Governor Macquarie, offering formal education to Aboriginal children. Maria studied there for several years and used her newly acquired skills to lobby and eventually secure some land for herself and her family out along the Richmond Road. Other Aboriginal families soon joined them there, seeking refuge during the brutal displacements of our people throughout the 1800s. And the place soon became known as the Blackstown, where the present-day city of Blacktown gets its name. We are very proud of her, as I'm sure your families are of you here today. And with good reason. Your success is our success. Your advancement, our advancement. Now that was probably better understood in more traditional times when camp groups were smaller and clans abided by strict sharing laws, which meant the food that you caught and brought back was distributed throughout the rest of the camp. Your skills and good fortune were thus enjoyed by all. Your efforts literally nourished the rest of the community, and you in turn were looked after by them. Yes, we can live quite beautifully when we work together. Our Aboriginal ancestors certainly lived well in many respects, and I use occasions such as these to offer them to yourselves as a model or a benchmark on how good to expect our lives today. You see, when Captain Cook first arrived here a little over 250 years ago, he described the people he encountered as one of the happiest people he'd ever met. They owned nothing, he wrote, but the tools they carried, made their shelters from the bark of trees without cutting them down, and fed their families from the earth without excessive tilling or clearing. There was no slavery, no rich and poor, and no homelessness. Armies were unheard of, as were forts, jails, or even fences. People cooperated to collect the resources that were needed, which were then shared out according to strict Aboriginal law. Our lands were maintained in their natural state through fire and responsible harvesting. Our rivers and waterways kept clean and unpolluted, with people drinking out of them as they had done here in Wallamata for the past 30,000 years. So please consider, this is not some dream yet to be realised or some vision. This is normal life for us, and for the longest time, and not that long ago either. So there's no real good reason why we should expect less for ourselves and our children than what our ancestors enjoyed. Admittedly, there's a lot more of us now. However, we are a clever people and there's still much magic in the world, I like to believe. So graduates, I would say expect great and wonderful things from your life. Life is good, we are naturally happy and normally very good at looking after each other and the planet. I would just ask that you share your skills with the rest of us and keep following that beautiful spirit within you that got you this far. Do this and I'm confident we can put together a world we can be proud of and a future that is worthy of our children. We can all do our bit. I'll do mine by finishing up now and letting you graduate. I just want to say congratulations to all of you and all the best in our collective futures. Thank you. Have a wonderful day.
Distinguished guests, I am pleased to introduce Pro-Chancellor of Macquarie University, Distinguished Professor Leslie Hughes.
Thank you, Fiona. Thank you, Chris, for that warm acknowledgement of country to what is unceded Aboriginal land. Your presence here today adds great significance to this significant occasion. Thank you for coming. Colleagues, guests, families and friends of our graduands, and of course, most importantly, our graduands. It's my honour and a pleasure to welcome you here today to this graduation ceremony. I bring graduands and their guests a special greeting from the Macquarie University Council, the governing body of the university. It's our hope that today is a very happy and memorable occasion for all of you. But firstly, I see we have a number of small babies and young kids in the audience, including one here who appears to be going to graduate later. We do like to start them young. They are most welcome. We don't expect young children to be quiet and still throughout the whole ceremony, so please don't feel you need to rush out with them if they wriggle around or make a noise. They are very welcome to stay for the entire event. So today is a milestone day. I'll start again. Today is a milestone day. We celebrate wonderful achievements of those of you who are about to graduate. Completing a degree is never easy. It requires an intelligent and inquiring mind, determination and perseverance. And you have made many sacrifices along the way in pursuit of your goal. You've worked very hard to get to this point, and you should feel proud of your accomplishments thus far. We as a university are just as proud of your achievements, and I'm pleased to be able to congratulate each and every one of you. I also want to especially welcome the families, supporters and friends of our graduates here today as invited guests. The fact that you have been invited by one of our graduates to share in one of the greatest days of their lives is proof positive as to the influence you have had. So to all our invited guests, congratulations and thank you for celebrating this great occasion with us. Now, our graduands may not realise this, but we're about to participate in one of the oldest social rituals in the world. Graduation ceremonies like this one have been occurring at universities for over 800 years. And since the earliest graduations, the ceremony has remained a defining feature in the life of virtually all universities and their students. Of course, Macquarie is not one of these ancient universities. This year we are celebrating our 60th anniversary, but nonetheless, we are very, very proud to take part in this time-honoured ceremony today. We also know that youth, at least relative youth, has some advantages. Macquarie is a modern and outward-looking university. We enjoy an enviable reputation for world-leading research excellence, research engagement and impact. We are continually progressing by extending our research, our partnerships, our course offerings and our facilities. And our pioneering approach is built on a collaborative and collegiate learning community. And of course, we are extremely proud of this beautiful campus on show today. We now have over 234,000 graduates living in 150 countries across the world. We are looking forward and we're on the move. And so, of course, are you. But the things we value about Macquarie, however, will not change. The friendliness, inclusiveness and approachability of our staff and students is often commented upon by visitors from Australia and overseas alike. This is inherent to our culture and we intend that it will always be so. Remember, you will always be welcome here. Macquarie will also be always a leader in learning and teaching and a leader in the accumulation of wisdom, knowledge and understanding. However, our collective journey is about building community, where we have shared values, where we share things in common, and where we care about each other, even when our points of view might diverge. In other words, an ideal community of scholars. Distinguished guests, academic and professional colleagues, and most importantly, our graduates, I offer you the warmest of welcomes to Macquarie University on this grand occasion. In just a few minutes, it will be my very great honour to confer your degrees upon you and welcome you as lifelong members of the community of scholars we proudly call this Macquarie University. Before I do that though, I want to have a few words about when we commence the formal handing out of degrees. Most of our graduates today will only do this once, so if you in the audience want to yell and whistle and clap and scream and encourage them, feel absolutely free. They will be slightly embarrassed, but I think we'll also appreciate your enthusiasm and the pride that you will show in them. Secondly, to the graduates, walking across this stage is not like facing a firing squad. Sometimes I see the looks on people's faces as if that is the case. Don't be nervous. It takes about 20 seconds to walk across. You will have your name called out. You will walk to the centre. I will shake your hand and we will have a photograph and then you will keep walking. That's it. Easy peasy. Don't be frightened. Before we get to that, however, it's now my great pleasure to introduce our occasional speaker, Professor Jim Patrick, AO. James Jim Patrick is recognised as a world authority on cochlear implants. There may well be people in the audience that have benefited from his expertise. Together with Professor Graham Clark, he is one of the original engineers who pioneered the development of the multi-channel cochlear implant. With training in physics and communications engineering and an interest in how electrical stimulation might be used to help people hear, he led the successful development of something called Dolly, the 10-channel cochlear implant. Jim was responsible for systems engineering and the digital aspects of the implantable stimulator, playing a key leadership role in the development of the commercial medical implant. Jim has also been involved in several projects that seek to use cochlear technology in other medical bionics fields. These include the treatment of spinal cord injuries, people using artificial hands, and Meniere's disease symptoms. As a member of the advisory boards to many institutions, Jim has current appointments to the Shepherd Centre Research Advisory Committee, the Mirage 3.4D Board and the Carbon Cybernetics Board. During his career, Jim has received significant recognition and awards, including being named in the 2007 Australia's Most Influential Engineers for engineering expertise. Honoured by the Australian Hearing Hub, which is located here on campus, by their naming of the Patrick Meeting Room. In 2015, Jim received the Order of Australia for Distinguished Service to Science through the development of cochlear technology, to biomedical research and to engineering innovation, as well as to education and professional associations. I now invite Professor Jim Patrick, AO, to deliver the occasional address. Please welcome him.
morning, everybody. Thank you for that generous introduction. I have to say there's a certain amount of replication in what I'm going to say, but I hope we'll be able to take something from it. First, congratulations to everyone who's graduating here today, and it's a pleasure to spend a few minutes with you telling you something about my own experience. My own early research at the University of Melbourne involved data transmission. And I was looking for a job as I was close to finishing this work, and it just became a bit boring. And all the jobs involved one computer talking to another computer, and how can they do it more quickly? And it was not really getting my attention. But I was rather excited when I heard about a project at the medical faculty at Melbourne University that might possibly let people who had lost their hearing hear again, understanding spoken language. And the idea of using electrical stimulation to excite hearing nerves was at that time very novel, and experts all around the world were saying it was never going to work. The hearing system is so complex. You've got 30,000 nerves, you're going to put in a handful of electrodes, you've got to be kidding, was the basic philosophy around the world. Well, Graham Clark at the University of Melbourne had assembled a team of PhD students with projects in medicine, biophysics and engineering. And I had an interview with him at the end of 1974, at the end of which I said, all these critics, do you think it's ever going to work? And Graham said, it might. If it does, you could have a job, right? So I ended up joining Graham's group early 1975 as a kind of engineering lead. And the first thing that I needed to do was to learn all I could about the different disciplines that were doing their research in his department. This wasn't that simple because it was very different from my own background, but I had to understand what they were doing and then how they might integrate their outcomes, different research outcomes, to actually work with this device to help people with hearing. And my advice from my experience there is that no matter how skilled you might be in your own field, be prepared to learn a lot from people around you. Well, in Melbourne, after we received proof of concept proof with our first volunteers, we obtained funds for commercialisation. And I left my academic role and moved to Sydney as a technology transfer to what became Nucleus Limited. A comment from one of my friends was that I must be crazy to go where other people will be telling me what to do, rather than staying in research where you can always choose for yourself. They were very serious about that, as were a number of my other colleagues. Well, it was a very, very different environment. There was still lots of engineering to be done to develop an active implantable medical device, or an AIMD, that should last a lifetime in the recipient. And we also needed to develop a facility to manufacture it. There's a lot of engineering involved there. But another role for me was to conduct a clinical trial that we needed for regulatory approval, first of all in America. And I met with interested surgeons and their audiologists in the US. And during that trial, I had several visits to the audiologists in the US, because there were issues that came up with individual patients, individual recipients, and you couldn't really work on that from Australia down under. You had to go across to America to talk to them, to really understand what the clinical problems were. This is another step away from my engineering research background, and there were many hours in the air involved with that. It was a great lesson overall in the need to be very clear in your communications, both ways, and to understand what the problems are so you can try and work through solutions. There's no time now to go through details of any of this, but again, that was a whole new experience. Communicate well and listen. So since our first FDA approval in 1985, there of course have been many different generations of cochlear implants and speech processors on the outside, and now there are approaching 1 million people implanted around the world. There are occasional events in America every 2 years where they get people together in a theme park, and to see the impact of the implant on the recipients and their families and friends is just fantastic, just wonderful to see. As well as that, of course, there's been the commercial success of Cochlear. So coming from that, my message to you today is that while you must be very pleased and very proud of the degree that you're about to receive, you need to be flexible, imaginative, and committed to be setting up your next steps and long-term goals. This might be very different from what you've experienced in the past. And I'd say, finally, congratulations to the linguistics faculty on the 60th anniversary. I'm just coming up to my 50th anniversary since I started working in this field, and it's great to be part of the celebrations and so on that you have at each of these events. Thank you very much.
I think Jim Patrick is the embodiment of what can be achieved by a passionate scientist, biomedical engineer, all rolled into one. His achievements with Graham Clark and their teams have truly changed the lives of thousands and thousands of people. We are truly honoured to have him with us today. Please join with me in thanking him again. As Pro-Chancellor of Macquarie University, I especially look forward to presiding at ceremonies such as today's and conferring degrees on those who have complied with the university's requirements for such awards. I now call upon our Acting Registrar, Fiona Rayrink, to formally certify the eligibility of those who have met the requirements of these awards. Fiona.
Pro-Chancellor, I certify that all of the candidates being presented here today and those who are absent have satisfied the requirements of the Academic Senate for the degrees they are to be awarded. Would all candidates for admission to degrees please stand?
In the name of the Macquarie University Council and by my authority as Pro-Chancellor, I admit each of you present and those who are absent to the degrees to which you have qualified. Congratulations.
Graduates, please be seated. Pro-Chancellor, the graduates at this ceremony are from the Faculty of Medicine, Health and Human Sciences. I now call on Professor Patrick McNeill, Deputy Vice-Chancellor, Medicine and Health, and Executive Dean, Faculty of Medicine, Health and Human Sciences, at the Faculty of Medicine, Health and Human Sciences, to present the graduates. Professor McNeill.
Pro-Chancellor, the graduates at this ceremony are from the Faculty of Medicine, Health and Human Sciences, which contains two schools, the School of Psychological Sciences and the Macquarie Medical School, and three departments, Health Sciences, Chiropractic and Linguistics, as well as the Research Institute, the Australian Institute of Health Innovation. The faculty is a core component of the Macquarie University Health Sciences Centre, which is a unique academic health enterprise in Australia, as Macquarie is the only university in Australia that integrates its learning and research with clinical practice here on our campus at our own health service called MQ Health. The faculty also participates in a unique enterprise on this campus called the Australian Hearing Hub, where industry, including Cochlear and other not-for-profit organisations involved in hearing practice, combine with the university to have significant impact in hearing disorders. So MQ Health and the Australian Hearing Hub provide the opportunity for our students enrolled within the faculty to learn or to undertake research in an environment where real health practice is occurring. And that's a very powerful thing for our students, and we're very proud of the way we can integrate our learning, our health and medical research with real practice, captured in the purpose we often use the terms heal, learn, discover. In research, the faculty has particular strengths in neurosciences, including hearing and cognition, also in cancer, clinical trials, psychological sciences and health systems research. And students in the faculty are studying in one of 9 undergraduate degrees or a larger number of postgraduate coursework or research degrees. So the majority of the graduates to be presented today are graduating from the undergraduate and postgraduate degrees in the speech and hearing disciplines. I'll also be presenting graduates who have completed their research degrees at master's and doctoral levels. Pro-Chancellor, I present to you the graduates from the Faculty of Medicine, Health and Human Sciences whom you have admitted to degrees or awarded diplomas. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Arts Psychology with the degree of Bachelor of Speech, Hearing and Language Science, Jie Se-chung. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Mathematical Sciences and Bachelor of Speech and Hearing Sciences, Oscar Mullins. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Medical Sciences and Bachelor of Cognitive and Brain Sciences, Zara Chalak. Yojana Dabholka. Vadehi Katari. Recipient of the Macquarie University Award for Academic Excellence, Jordan Ratcliffe. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Science and Bachelor of Cognitive and Brain Sciences, Lydia Nichols. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Shruti Docker. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Cognitive and Brain Sciences. Recipient of the Macquarie University Award for Academic Excellence, Brittany Deans. Recipient of the Macquarie University Award for Academic Excellence, Matthew Downing. Zawasithu Payo. Tibiga Siyataran. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Linguistics and Language Sciences, Taylor Clark. Jessica Cobcroft. Catherine Kelly. Jai Robinson. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Psychology. Charlotte Borsey. Eliana Janakis. Erica Coopers. Elena Lekos. Vanessa Vandermast. Ruby Wallace. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Speech and Hearing Sciences. Elena Abram. Sawa Alisa. Olivia Andre Everts. Farah Assad. Alina Azam. Sarah Barakat. Jessie Bichet. Emma Burrell. Madeline Bogon. Michaela Butler. Kiara Chandrasekhara. Mariam Shakawi. Recipient of the Macquarie University Award for Academic Excellence, Kevin Chu. Natasha Clues. Recipient of the Macquarie University Award for Academic Excellence, Lauren Cupid. Christine Dalusag. Tiffany Daly. Emerson Downs. Noor El Ghazawi. Eleanor English. Sabrina Gortam. Bronte Geisker. Shuan Emily Gore. Natasha Gounder. Miriam Guak. Nuruddin Hamidash. Azar Hilo. Deborah Jong. Anshita Joshi. Janisa Hardgay. Sophia Khalid. Sidra Khan. Jaish Kumar. Jessica Layton. Lara Libdi. Hauchio Lu. Mia Mahfood. Anastasia Malinovic. Leila Maruka. Jordan McMahon. Sophie Miller. Titan Juk Ngwern. Sienna Panaccio. Noor Sahruni. Mashal Shabir. Yoon Soo Song. Katrina Stamson. Sana Sayed. Irene Ann Thomas. Caitlin Tong. Ruby Tong. Tala Touche. Catherine Tringali. Hoi Ching Sang. Helen Yusin Yusufolu. Nicola Wang. Kelly White. I present graduates submitted to the degree of Graduate Diploma of Auslan English Interpreting. Linda Beals. Leah Brown. Christabel Cresdy. Corey Pisazonzevich. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Graduate Diploma of Translating and Interpreting. Tomoko Miura Barrera. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Master of Applied Linguistics and TESOL. Herein An. T. Tao Lin Dao. Hearn Quinn Lay. T. Mi Zung Lay. Queen Yop Jam Nyun. T. Van An Pham. Emma Nura Wilhelmina Tier Konen. Julian Cheng Im Wong. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Master of Clinical Audiology. Amanda Bridges. Cassidy Chow. Olivia Chico. Nicola Dart. Christy Wing Yan Dong. Katrina Almina Fernandez. Ruben Garnoom. Jane Hum. Lachlan Harris. Stephanie Hockey. Rabia Horani. Belinda Hua. Delilah Ibrahim. Kalina Izzard. Hugo Joe. E. Kim. Jerusa Kogalaraja. Kavintida Lamai. Lily Lever. Maxime Leek Kim Mew. E. Wen Lin. Chien In Mai. Sarah Melita. Jessica Roberts. Priya Shetay. Yashaswini Shivagowda. Johanna Jennifer Sridharan. Belinda Sugiyaman. Sarah Sweetay. Hang Chun Tam. Vincent Tai. Marissa Varika. Tianyi Wan. Sathinder Siddharth Vijaya Shankar. Jia Hao Jung. I present graduates submitted to the degree of Master of Conferencing Interpreting. Semi An. Ziya Liang. Hai Ying Tang. Yi Ying Wu. Lu Xia. Ting Jiang. I present graduates submitted to the degree of Master of Speech and Language Pathology. Isabella Bennett. Emma Campbell. Catherine Chia. Jennifer Contaminas. Zena de Kak. Dana da Chellis. Tanya Erdogan. Michelle Hampton. Oh, sorry. Take that back. Batul Hamoud. Now, Michelle Hampton. Rachel Joray. Sandra Joy. Nuhan Kara Ali. Victoria Korontzos. Elizabeth Kim. Isabel Kerner. Angelina Lam. Chantel Laserberg. Rebecca Macquarie. Catherine Munro. Mariam Namo. Kimberly Nguyen. Vanita Prasad. Clarence Sanyel. Emma Saunders. Isabella Selick. Sadaf Shuja-Uden. Amy Tawil. Sorry. That was Gabrielle Sproul. Let's give her another hand of applause. Wonder why she looked at me. Now we have Amy Tawil. Jessamine Wesson. Rebecca Wilkinson. Maxine Williams. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Master of Translation and Interpreting Studies. Eugene Yom. Soo-Hyeon Jung. Marion Yoon. Ying Jiang. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Master of Translation and Interpreting Studies, Advanced. David Cardenas Calderon. Chern Huang. Pei Chi Lee. Pro-Chancellor, a high degree by research is awarded to a graduate who has successfully completed a program of study in which the defining characteristic is research. Our Master of Research is a 2-year full-time equivalent research training degree consisting of research-based coursework, postgraduate research training, and a major research project. Graduates have focused on a specific research topic to produce a thesis of up to 20,000 words in preparation to a doctoral degree. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Master of Research. Ponsuang Leungtui Kuhn for a thesis entitled The Impact of Rise Time Discrimination, Language, Ability, Memory and Attention on Speech Recognition in Noise. Kriyon Krai Poripanyo for a thesis entitled The Effect of Language and Acoustic Degradation on Speech Intelligibility in Young Adults. The Doctor of Philosophy is awarded to graduates who have demonstrated the capacity to conduct research independently by forming a distinct contribution to the knowledge of the subject and to afford evidence of coherence and originality shown either by the discovery of new facts or by the exercise of independent critical power. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. Dr. Rima Abuzard for a thesis entitled An Exploration of English Medium Instruction in Lebanon. The conceptual imprecision of EMI and the vagueness of policy. Dr. Emily Keckman for a thesis entitled A Critical Examination of Knowledge-Building Practices and Products in Parent-Focused Cochlear Implant Research, 1990 to 2020. Dr. Jiong Ju Lee for a thesis entitled Language Learners, Use of Social Media for Informal Language Learning. Dr. Satoko Nishimura for a thesis entitled Japanese EFL Learners' Development of Interactional Competence in the Study Abroad Context. Dr. Colleen Saros for a thesis entitled The Evolution of Clinical Models for Cochlear Implant Management, the Role of Telepractice. Dr. Jia Yu Wang for a thesis entitled Shaping Writer Identity of Doctoral Students in Co-authoring with Supervisors for Publication. Dr. Hannah White, who has been awarded the Vice-Chancellor's Commendation for a thesis entitled Creaky Voice in Australian English. Pro-Chancellor, that completes this morning's presentation of the graduates from the Faculty of Medicine, Health and Human Sciences.
Pro-Chancellor, I call on Dr. Colleen Saros, who graduated with a Doctor of Philosophy in Linguistics, to speak on behalf of the graduating group. Dr. Colleen Saros.
Thank you very much, and this is a great honour to be speaking on behalf of the graduates today. So, Pro-Chancellor, members of the University, fellow graduates and guests. And Jim Patrick, it's just so wonderful to be here with you today. Without you, I wouldn't have a job or a degree, so thank you very much. And to Chris Tobin, who gave the welcome to country. I'd like to say a big congratulations to all of us in the room today. Collectively, we are all part of the Macquarie University ecosystem, whether we're graduates, guests, members of the university staff. Together, we managed to navigate the lives and studies during the time of the pandemic. Macquarie University did an awesome job to keep business as usual as much as you could during that time. And together with our families and our friends and our fellow students, we bridged the social and academic isolation of COVID-19 to get here. So well done, everybody. "40 years ago, in 1984, before most of you were born, I graduated as a speech pathologist from Sydney University. Now, clearly, if there had been a course at Macquarie University, I would have done it here, but there wasn't. And the most memorable lecture that I had in my undergraduate course was when our audiology lecturer shared with us the insights to some research she'd been doing with the very first recipients of the multi-channel cochlear implant. And that planted a seed in my mind. I worked as a speech pathologist for a number of years, and then I went travelling around Australia. The first job I could get in Perth in Western Australia was as a research assistant on a cochlear implant program. And very, very quickly, I learned that I was well in over my head and I needed to get a degree in audiology to do my job well. Now, again, there was no such thing at that time as online learning, so Macquarie University was not the institution I studied my audiology degree. So I studied at Curtin University. The 2 degrees of speech path and audiology placed me really well for a career which I've just absolutely loved and adored for the last 30 years as a clinician in the cochlear implant space. Now, you think that when I have such a fulfilling clinical career that, that would be enough, but it wasn't. I always felt that it was important to question what I was doing and how could I do it better. And in this case, I just wanted to make sure that the people I was working with who were receiving cochlear implants and their families would be able to have the best journey possible and be empowered in that journey. And I also wanted to improve the access. In Australia, only 10% of people or adults who would benefit from a cochlear implant actually get one. So hence, I commenced my PhD to try and work on some of those issues. And this is when I chose Macquarie University, or it chose me, and mainly because, as we've already mentioned, we have an incredible space called the Australian Hearing Hub. I consider my PhD a little bit of a fight and a challenge to the way things are done, and I really wanted to look at ways we could do things better. The other fight, metaphorically speaking, is the challenge of conducting and completing a PhD when working full-time and with a family. I started my PhD when I was 50, 10 years ago, and my son was 10 and my twin girls were 13. And proudly, I could say that in this past year, we've got 3 graduations between us and we've got 2 more to come. So well done, team. And a big well done to my... And my husband, Paul, I think he has lived through all of those degrees and he deserves an honorary PhD. Academically, I was extremely blessed to have 3 of the most well-renowned, highly regarded people in my space. Professor Catherine McMahon and Professor Greg Lee and Professor Bob Cowan, who couldn't be with us today. He's from the University of Melbourne. Seriously, they really supported everything that I did. They questioned everything that I was doing and made me really learn how to debate and think more analytically and deeply. I was one of those people that just wanted to get things done, but we take a step back and really consider everything, and I cannot thank them enough for the support that they've given me. In the final 2 years of my PhD, I suffered a couple of health incidents, including a brain injury, which left me with a cortical vision loss. And without the support of my family and my supervisors and the university, I seriously would have given up the fight for the PhD. But with their support, I was able to continue. So thank you for that. It's really important that when you are working clinically or in whatever role you're doing, that you really consider how you could do things even better if. And if that's any words of wisdom I can give my fellow graduates today, irrespective of what point you are within your career, always take a step back and think of how you could make things better. And I really think that I'm really sorry, guys, but I am really happy about the achieving my PhD, but I think it's only the beginning of another journey, because I've fought to get the evidence that I know, my husband's shaking his head. I've spent all this time gathering this evidence, and it's with this evidence that I really want to make a difference for the lives of many people who are in the cochlear implant ecosystem, and so the journey has only really just begun. So I'd really like to thank Macquarie University for the support that they've given me throughout the years, and for the prospects that are ahead of me. But most importantly, on behalf of the graduates, I would like to thank all the academic staff. I'd like to thank the families and friends and the support networks that are in the room. And I really wish my fellow graduates all the best for the rest of this day. But we are now Macquarie Uni alumni, and that's that with us for the rest of our lives. So please embrace it and make sure that you take all the benefits of that with you in your journey. Thank you.
Colleen, thank you for that absolutely wonderful address. It's been fantastic to have you speaking on the same stage as Jim Patrick, who must be one of your heroes today. And what I was thinking when you were speaking is that I think you embody the fact that getting a PhD, or indeed any degree, does take a whole community. And thank you for your generosity in mentioning some of the very special people in your community. Please join with me in thanking Colleen again. And that was the Puccini aria, O mio bambino caro, sung by the magnificent and very spangly Angela Brewer. Angela is also the founder and artistic director of Coast Opera Australia. Please let us thank her again. I have a few other thank yous. Also, firstly, to our two musicians, to our organist, Heather Moan-Boyd. And on the absolutely beautiful Chinese transverse flute, Dr. Chai Changning. I'd also like to acknowledge the members of our alumni community who come along to help both behind and in front of the scenes at these graduation ceremonies to make sure they go smoothly. Thank you to our alumni. And finally, we need to thank some people that we don't see. They're literally behind the scenes, though I can see one of them up there. They're our technical staff that make sure not only can we hear and see the proceedings, but everybody can watch on the live stream. So thank you very much to our technical staff. Graduates, because you are now graduates, having walked across this stage. This ceremony marks a change in your relationship with Macquarie University, but it is certainly not the end of our association with you. We look forward to seeing you back here on campus to attend alumni events, potentially to undertake further study, or simply to enjoy the beautiful surroundings and reminisce about the good times you had as students at Macquarie. Graduates, the award of a university degree carries many opportunities and privileges, but like all privileges, it also carries responsibilities. We urge you to commit to lifelong learning and inquiry. We urge you to set ambitious goals for yourselves. We urge you to continue the hard work that has already brought you this far. And remember that the world is not only changed by the great leaps forward of the Albert Einsteins and Marie Curies, but by the many contributions, small and large, by people just like you. At Macquarie, we pride ourselves on developing each and every one of our students into engaged citizens and leaders in the community. So we urge you to always give thought to what you can do for others along the way. You don't have to do much sometimes to make a real difference to other people's lives. A kind gesture, perhaps, is all you need. Our hope is that as graduates of Macquarie University, you will use what you have learned here, not only for your own benefit, for the benefit of the whole community. And in all you do, we charge you to uphold the good reputation of Macquarie University. It's also our hope that you will always remember the people that have helped you along the way, many of whom are here with you today. So to acknowledge their contribution and thank them for it, I'm going to ask you to do a few things. Firstly, I'd like all our new graduates to please stand. Now I want you to put your testamers on the seat behind you and turn around to face your family, friends and supporters and give them a hearty round of applause. Okay, you can turn around now, but please don't sit down just yet, because here on the dais are many of the academic staff that have also supported you through your journey, and please join with me in thanking them also. Graduates, please remain standing, but now you can pick up your testamers. We don't want you to leave them behind because you're only getting one. Very soon, the official party will leave the graduation hall, followed by the graduates and then everybody else. And as we do, our organist will play the traditional recessional music of graduation that has been played at ceremonies like this for centuries. There is an age-old set of Latin lyrics which accompanies this piece. Gaudeamus igitur dum sumus juvenis. In short, it means, therefore, let us rejoice, we will always be young. Again, to our newest graduates of Macquarie University, my warmest congratulations and every best wish for your futures, filled with success, satisfaction and happiness. Now might I ask everybody in the hall to please stand. Shortly, I will lead the official party out to be followed by the graduates. We then invite all of you to join us for some light refreshments outside. In closing today's wonderful celebration for your achievements, I say again, Gaudeamus igitur, therefore let us rejoice. Thank you.